One love, God bless. Far Nelson here, and today I'm here to talk to you about how times are changing. So I really came on here just to really just talk. Times are changing is just kind of a general statement that this is going to be based off of, but I've realized that we are living in a time that's going to be historical. Right now, the enemy is working very strong. The evil entities in this world are working very strong, but the ways of the good, the Most High, is working even stronger. We have to realize we're living in a time where there's going to be a lot of shifts in this world. And sometimes I'm feeling like it doesn't matter what we do, and other times I feel it matters what we do. But either way, I kind of find myself just going with the flow of where the Most High is taking me, where the universe is taking me, because that's how it is during times like these, where one day we're thinking this thing, another day we're thinking that thing. One day we're thinking we should vote, another day we're thinking we shouldn't vote. One day we're thinking that, you know, this person is a great person, another day we find out that they're corrupt. We're seeing, weaknesses in society. And it's kind of funny, of course, as an outsider to see, but it's also very, you know, a concerning thing if you let it be a concern. Because I'm not really that concerned, but it is concerning. It's something that makes you really think and ponder about, as in where this future is going, and if we really could, you know, be receded back to a time where not so much freedom was had in this world. It's kind of a possibility, it seems, that slowly and slowly the society that we live in, Babylon is trying to tighten the grip on us. They give us a lot of things to make us feel free, to make us feel like we have control, but they also take these things away very quickly. People get rich quick all the time off of these apps or something like this, or this persona that they have, but it gets taken away very quickly, just as quickly as they came up. 5 years it took them to come up, they fall in 3. We have to realize that this is a rare time that we live in as well, to have a president step down because he wasn't competent as a leader of a country. This is someone who was actually leading our country until this time. So what has been going on till then? And it leaves me praying that we are able to truly find a solution. And even though this world runs on laws of the Most High, and we don't truly have too much control or too much say of what goes on, especially when it comes to politics, we don't know how much our vote really counts. But it's good to hear about people uniting in a front and being able to convince people to step down when they need to, as well as support people when they need to. Whether it's supporting people you agree with or not, it's a beautiful time where we can use our influence and our consciousness and our, technology to help influence the world in a positive way. So I'm really praying and hoping that all these dramatic events and situations that have been going on in society, whether it's the, assassination attempt, or president stepping down, or Microsoft shutting down, or, tons of things going on between all the terrible things we're doing to other countries and terrible things other countries are doing to other countries. There's a lot going on right now. And I pray for peace in this world. It's a time of mass change where in 5 years, I don't think this world is going to be the same, and especially not America. We have to realize we're living in a time of significant difference, a time where many people are waking up to a consciousness and awareness that you are, that this world isn't all that it says it is, that this world is what it says it is. This world is truly abundant. This world has the power to do many things, because it's ran by the universe. It's ran by the Most High. But the people on this world is not the people you thought they were. The wisdom and knowledge that you thought you knew wasn't the actual true wisdom and knowledge that was supposed to be taught. What is taught in school and things like this, memorizing dates and names and things like this. This isn't the knowledge that you realize now you should have attained. We live in a world of a backward society, and I feel like it's starting to all kind of crumble down on top of each other. Not like dominoes, but similar, where people are just being exposed for the crap that they do, to be blunt and honest, that people just can't get away with saying anything or acting anyway, or, even there's people who dissect body language. You can't even get away with certain body language things, especially if it's rolling your eyes or shrugging or things like this. So that's one thing I do love to see about societies. We're putting people who have these mass influences and have these platforms with big voices, we're putting them to a standard. We're putting them to a law, which we didn't before. We used to just let anybody who could speak well or sing good completely hypnotize us, influence us to the point where we, almost idolize them, which we shouldn't be doing to anybody for any reason other than the Most High. We have to realize that we are a society ran by people. And it's as simple as that. We are complicating things too much. This is why I kind of teeter-totter on to vote or not to vote, or to care or not to care, is because we kind of care too much. The way that we should be living is simple. It shouldn't be a discussion. It's just the ways of it we should be living, the 10 Commandments. And it's the 10 Commandments align exactly with the Quran as well. The reason why punishments used to be so harsh, the reason why your hand would be chopped off for stealing, the reason why you would be stoned for adultery, the reason why so many punishments were so harsh is because it was supposed to be a significant rarity that people would fall out of line. Not out of line with what everybody in society wants. This is what everybody in society wants. Everybody in society wants the 10 Commandments. I don't care who you are. Everybody in society wants to live by the 10 Commandments. Not everything else that Moses was saying, but the 10 Commandments, the divine tablets, the Arks of Covenants that were passed to Moses through the words of the Most High. Everybody wants to live by this. So why do we even let people who are obviously not living by this, try to run us. We are letting sheep run sheep. We are letting ourselves be ran not only by sheep, but by robots who know nothing about us, actually. We shouldn't be being affected by any Microsoft being shut down. We shouldn't be being affected by any of these things if humans are flying these planes, if humans are operating these banking systems, if humans are doing the jobs that we're supposed to do. Well, I thought about that. If humans are doing the jobs we are supposed to do, we wouldn't be caring about any of these things, honestly. Because there should be none of these things. We should all not even have to travel on a plane to go somewhere. No. It's a good bonus of this world of society, but we should all be living close to family regardless. We should, of course, if we want to travel to a different land or a different country, why not, Take a boat, take a horse, whatever you want to do, but enjoy the trip, enjoy the journey. If we were all living the way we're supposed to be, there wouldn't be a banking system. There wouldn't be currency. There wouldn't be money. We'd be living in a barter system, in a system where, hey, if you need help, I'll help you regardless, because I know that you will help me. And I know if you don't help me, my neighbor will help me, this neighbor will help me, or the person all the way in that whole other country will help me. Because we're living by a law, we're living by a way of righteousness. We need to get back to this standard of living in righteousness, living by the 10 Commandments, by the laws of the Most High. I advise you, of course, go out and vote. I advise you, of course, learn as much as you can about technology and things like this. But I also advise you, learn as much as you can about gardening. Learn as much as you can about self-sustainability. Learn as much as you can about things that are going to help you leave the system of Babylon. Leave the ways of society. Because this is where we're heading. The people who are able to adapt to all situations are the people who will survive, and their families will survive. The people who just are following along with society and their ways are the people who are going to be shocked when things really start to go down. The people who are going to let, the government tell them how to operate. Everybody take a shot, a war's coming, everybody take a shot, so we're good, when a war is coming, mentally, physically, or spiritually, we have to prepare in a different way. We have to realize that we need to just be simply a helping hand where we can, but just be an observer. Don't get too caught up and swept up into these things. Don't get all angry and stating your opinions online and arguing people in comments about certain situations. Things are going to get hectic, things are getting hectic, and things are going to continue to be hectic. They're going to also continue to get more peaceful. And that's a kind of the yin yang of the world, where as things get more hectic, more peace will also be pushed. And as more peace is pushed, you'll see more people fighting the hecticness. More people, we don't want to fight anything. We want to help raise awareness of peace. We'll see more people raising awareness that there is a shift happening, that there is a consciousness being brought into the forefront of society. It's almost that so much negative things are starting so many people, starting them to want to look things up and look up different things. And they're seeing all these people who they may have considered conspiracy theorists before, but now they're actually taking their stuff into But now they're actually taking what they say into consideration because they're seeing how manipulative, you know, the media is and how wild and crazy that the world has become. But I say this all. Hey, go. Jesus. I say this all though so that you can have awareness that this world is going crazy, you know. I like to think that the world is building a peaceful momentum as well, that there is more people awakening every single day, but have the awareness of the craziness of the world. This is a normal, give and take that we live in. Normal part of society. There's darkness and there's light. We have to be the light as much as we can. We have to try to be the beacon on top of the hill, when everybody's surrounded by darkness. It's okay to be that beacon. It's okay to not be perfect even in your judgment, but be perfect in your actions and your righteousness. You tried to do the right thing. Just because you may have picked the wrong, presidential candidate doesn't mean that you weren't righteous in your efforts. Just because you may have accidentally picked the wrong brand of food to eat doesn't mean that you weren't righteous in your judgment, in the way that you thought. You thought this was a good brand until you figured out that the government has been poisoning it. You thought corn was good until you realized that the government has corrupted corn so much that it, changes the hormones of bodies and things like this. You thought. We live in a world where we have to do deeper research. We live in a world where things can't just be surface level anymore. You can't just take things surface level. We have to always dig deeper. We have to dig deeper, not only about society, which I don't advise you to get too caught up in, but dig deeper about ourselves. Find out what truly matters to you. Find out if you're truly resilient as you need to be. And if you're not, do what you need to do so that you can become resilient, become stronger, become more healed in all ways, mentally, physically, and spiritually, stronger, healed, resilient. We should be building this up mentally, physically, and spiritually at all times, because we live in a time of uncertainty, a time of wildness, in a time of mass evil and wickedness. But we can be that light. We can be that beacon. So if you haven't, please subscribe, like, comment, share. And I appreciate everybody, that stuck through the whole video and has been sticking with me through this whole journey of this wild year. And I pray that we use right judgment in these times to come. Hopefully with this presidential election and everything else that comes with it, everything else manifests itself perfectly the way it's supposed to. I see a lot of people, donating to Kamala Harris, and, it just shows that there's true support out there when we are able to tap into it. So whether that is the right candidate for our country or whether it isn't, and that's not what matters. What matters is that you are doing the best that you can to make the righteous choices and decisions every single day that you are here, in this beautiful incarnation that you call human body, this beautiful life, this beautiful time to be alive with such different, crazy historical things happening. So yeah, stay righteous, stay aware, stay faithful. The Most High is always guiding us to our best and highest selves. our best and highest versions, and making sure that we stay righteous and righteously connected. One love.